I'm in no shape to be hunting. Maybe it's best we just go our separate ways.
Well, I think you're right.
The fact is that I vividly remember some 5.5 years ago when the irrepressibly enthusiastic Eric Kripke first came to our office and pitched the idea for Supernatural. We were so excited. I remember when David Nutter decided to join us and become the director of our pilot. I remember how euphoric we felt when we found two extraordinary actors whose charisma was like nothing we'd ever seen before, the great Jensen Ackles and Jared Padalecki.
I think the chemistry between Jared and Jensen is remarkable, and that's something you never know when you first cast a show.
They feel like brothers. They don't simply act as actors like brothers, but they actually feel and have a connection that I think is quite unique, that people really relate to and wish that they could have.
It's been a real kind of fortunate aspect to not only get to work with a talented guy, but also find a friend in that as well.
It was nice from the get-go. Jensen and I got along. It's like, oh, you're a Texas boy. Who's your football team? Dallas Cowboys? I like Dallas Cowboys. What kind of music? Oh, you like that? Oh, I do too.
It's nice to have that camaraderie with not only each other, but we share it with everybody that works on the show, and I think that's a vital part of the success of any show.
Like, we've had long work days where he's going through this or I'm going through that, and kind of like been there for each other and been like, hey, it's gonna be all good. Like, just breathe, take it easy, tomorrow's a new day. So it's nice, and that's also a relationship that's built. Like, we got along fine at the get-go, but now I think we've gone through enough that we're like, we'll be buddies forever.
I feel really lucky to be a part of the show at this stage of the game. I just came on as a guest star originally, and I'm still here. So that's really cool, and it's fun to see the story unfold and the show evolve and grow up. It's really cool.
Something about the fans of the show, they seem to like Dean alive. So that sort of stacked the deck in my favor. And then, I came replete with all kinds of superpowers. The character itself has changed. I mean, over time, he's not the same Angel that he was when he first met Dean.
I killed 2 angels this week. I rebelled, and I did all of it for you. And you failed.
Meeting Dean and Sam and getting to know them and getting to know the human universe has changed him a great deal.
There is someone besides Michael strong enough to take on Lucifer. Strong enough to stop the apocalypse.
Who's that?
The one who resurrected me and put you on that airplane. The one who began everything. God. I'm gonna find God.
I'm dealing with learning what it's like to live with human beings and become more human, and right there, that's sort of a wealth of material to work with.
Coming on to Supernatural, I noticed right away that Jared and Jensen really admired me and wanted to be like me. And, obviously I don't like them very much because they're just obnoxious people, but we found a way to work through all of that. And, we have a very strong mentor-student relationship, and that's good. I think that's helped them. I think they've definitely gotten stronger since I've joined the show, so that's good.
Misha, we need you. I'm missing the gay angel. Here.
You mean gay like happy, right?
Yeah, like happy.
Bobby's a great character to play. He's warm and smart-ass at the same time.
What the hell are you doing here?
Planting daisies. What's it look like? Came in on the case.
And you beat me here.
Brains trumps legs, apparently.
He's a character of great affection and sentimentality covered over with a thin candy shell of crustiness. And I just love playing it.
I ain't a hunter no more. I'm useless. And if I wasn't such a coward, I'd have stuck a gun in my mouth the day I got home from the hospital.
Bobby is sort of an emotional center for Sam and Dean in a lot of ways. Although this season we've been playing a little bit with that and showing how sometimes He's the one who needs them to hold him up.
Thinking maybe I should apologize for losing my head back there.
Bobby, you don't owe us anything.
Hey, look, I don't know squat from Shinola about love, but at least you got to spend 5 days with her, right?
Right. Which makes things about 1,000 times worse.
A buddy of mine asked about the show we were shooting, and I sort of started thinking about how would I describe it. I was like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, it's just gotta, grab the DVDs and look, because I can't really summarize all this work that we've done.
That range and that spectrum that we give week in and week out has really helped the success of the show. I love the fact that we can do an episode that is heavy with mythology, and we can drive the storyline forward, and the big arc characters come back and play a heavy part, and then we can go right in the next week and do some crazy thing, like all of a sudden we're on a Japanese game show and we're getting, hitting the nuts. So I think the balance of that has been well played, delicately played, but well played.
We've grown so much. I was 22 when we started. I'm 27 now, and Jensen was 25, and he's 31 now, and so you're sort of like what's going on, man? I've gone through a fifth of my life here on the show.
It's nice to be able to latch onto something and write it this long. A lot of times you do a movie and you explore a character, you only really get to explore it for, a couple of months. Or, for most television series, they aren't as fortunate to go as long as this one has. So you might get a season or 2 or 3 out of it, and then, you're on to the next project. So,
I mean, we've changed networks, and the world economy has collapsed and gone back up, and there's been a writer's strike and an actor's strike.
To be able to have the time and the luxury to spend with not only with your character, but with other characters, so that those relationships evolve. Not only does your character evolve, but your relationships with the other characters evolve. It's kind of neat, and it's rare these days.
And literally the constant has been the fans. And so if any of these sort of obstacles we had overcome without fans, we wouldn't be here anymore. And so it's just a wonderful opportunity to celebrate the 100th episode, and it's all because of the fans, because they're watching, because the odds are against us. The odds are against everybody, so it's been nice to have them to support us.
I mean, I've been a journeyman actor for a long time, I think, and but I've never been attached to a show that has the kind of intense devotion on the part of its fans that this one does.
It gives me great pleasure now to introduce to you a woman who has been a real champion of our show, an ardent advocate, the president of CW Entertainment, my long-term friend and colleague, Dawn Ostroff.
We never know what we're going to get every single week that we get a cut. And I have to say, when you speak to people who are Supernatural fans, everybody has a different favorite episode. You can't find people who have the same favorite episode because it's a different creative experience every week. And so we just really want to thank all of you for your hard work, for your dedication, day in and day out. One note about Kim Manners. I too worked with Kim from many years ago, and I know that he was a huge asset to the show, and that he is greatly missed here. We just want to thank everybody from the bottom of our hearts. We are proud to have the show on the network, and we thank you all. Bob. Okay, I'm supposed to introduce Bob. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. Okay, so Bob, please come on up and address your cast and crew. And we greatly miss Eric, and we wish him well.
First of all,